Alright, this is part 2 of how to create a custom Solidworks drawing template. If you haven't watched part 1, go do that, and we're going to continue right where we left off. So now we need to add all of the labels on this box. So in your drawing view, in the Annotation tab, click on Note and click in this box. Call this one Description. And let's move it closer to the corner here. Now copy and paste, Control C, Control V, and let's drag it into the box below. Call this one Part Number. Same thing. Drag this up here and call it Drawn By. Make another copy and call it Material. Do it again, and this will be our tolerance message. Unless otherwise specified, all tolerances are as follows: 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places. And actually, you'll find that it's easier to edit the text later if we smush this together a little more. So let's do that. All right, looks good. Now copy and paste again and drag it down here. This one will be called Scale. Okay, good start. Now we're going to need to bring in our model. So click this box to get out of the sheet editor. Then go to View Layout and add your part. Oh, I also hate on the default template how they include these blue origin markers. I like to disable them, so go to the top, click View, go to Hide/Show, and click on Origins. So now remember on our part how we added all of these properties. These are what we're going to bring in to the title block. So go back to the Sheet Format tab and click on Edit Sheet Format. Now we're going to add the placeholder text, which will be replaced by those properties when we create a new document. So let's just start by copy and pasting the Drawn By text and drag it into this box. This will be the company name placeholder. And we're going to make it a little bigger, so click on the font box over here and let's change this to points and 16. And click OK. Now double click on the text and erase it. It's important you completely erase the text or else this doesn't work. So make sure nothing is left. Now let's center the text vertically and horizontally. And then go down here to this box, which creates the link. So this is why we needed to bring in our model. So click this radio button, Model Found Here, and it will expose the properties we added earlier. Now go to this Property Name dropdown and click on Company Name. And you can see the text change to DesignHawk. So click OK. And now in order to center this text, we'll use a handy trick Solidworks has. So right click on the text and click Snap to Rectangle Center. Then click on the 4 sides in which you want to center the text. And bam, automatically centered. So now let's repeat this, copy and paste this text. I think I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, drag this down and double click on the text. Erase it. Click on the link property box. Click on Model Found Here. Open this up and click on Description. And click OK. Now let's center it again. Right click. Snap to Rectangle Center. Pick the 4 sides. There we go. So we're going to do the same thing for part number, drawn by, and material, and our two tolerances. Don't do scale yet because that one will be slightly different. All right, for material, we can make the text a little smaller so it can fit better. And we'll have to adjust the text size for the tolerances so they fit a little nicer. All right, now on to scale. So click on the text, erase it, and click on the link property box. Now for this one, we don't need to click on model found here. Instead, we're going to use the built-in Solidworks property to expose this variable. So click on the property name dropdown, and you can see that there are a lot of options to choose, so you can add any of these to your title block. So here, date is a common one to add, but we're going to go down to sheet scale. Click OK, and you can see it automatically updated the scale. Let's just drag this over a little closer to scale. All right, better. Now the title block is done. So let's save these changes and go back to the drawing. Delete the model because this is going to be our template. So from now on, we want this drawing to be exactly what we start with when we go to create a new drawing. So now go to File, Save As, and set the type as Drawing Templates. SolidWorks might direct you towards a specific folder, but I like to have these somewhere that I remember in case I need to change them later. Also, it's good to have your own folder so you can sort them when you go to create a new drawing. So I'm just going to create a new folder in my projects folder, test 2. That's clever, right? Now select that folder and hit save. So now that we've saved this folder, we need to make sure that SolidWorks knows to look here when we create a new drawing. So go to options up here and go to the file locations option. Click on add and navigate to the folder that we just created. And hit select folder. Hit OK. You'll get a couple warnings, so just go through these and click OK. All right, exit out of this. Or if you're worried you didn't do it correctly, leave it open just in case, but we don't need it anymore. Now in our part document, we need to do the same thing. We need to save this as a template. So let's delete this extrude feature and the sketch. Then we need to change the properties so they'll be exactly as we want when we create a new part. So let's get rid of part number because that will change. We'll also delete description, and I think the rest are fine, so click OK. Then go to Save As, and this time click Part Template. Go back to that folder we created, and I'll call this Part Template. Sorry for the crappy names, you can rename them later. So now we're good. I'm just going to exit out of everything to show you how it should work. So let's close all of these. All right, we're starting from scratch. Control N to start a new part, and you can see up here that we have our test2 folder as an option now. So click on that and we'll create a new part from our part template. Let's just draw some feature. I'll make this a square so you know I'm not using the one we just created. Extrude this to 5 inches. Now go to properties and we can see it has the properties just as we saved it last time. So we'll call this big block and part number 1148-2319. Time and date. And the tolerance can be 0.0005. Now save this as part. I've got a test parts folder that I use for random stuff. I'll leave it as part 3 and click save. Now let's create the drawing for it. Control N and click on our part 2 because that is our drawing template. Wow, what a bad name. Sorry about that one, guys. So now let's insert our part. And there you go. Our description updated, so did our part number. Our 3-place decimal specifies a 4th decimal place. Wonderful. So you can see I accidentally left the material in our part template, which is fine if you create a lot of steel parts, but let's say we want to edit this now. So let's create a new part from our template. Right-click on the material and click Remove Material. Now File, Save As, and change it to Part Template. Go to our template folder, Test 2, and save over our previous model. So that's it. Now it'll be changed in the future. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.